What did you do when you got there?
When we got there, we said hi, and Jade started like packing up the food, and she like put the foil on it, put it in a bag, and kind of set it off to the side. And we were just like chit-chatting about what they were gonna paint, and we talked about like going to a concert, and we were laughing at the fact that I didn't know how to play spades. So that was pretty much like the basis of the conversation.
And can you describe Jade's kind of kitchen area when you got there? Was there food out that they were eating, or kind of what was the setup at the point you got there?
When I got there, the food was on the stove. It's kind of packaged. The canvases were kind of off to the side. The island was pretty clear. I didn't, and Jade had a glass of like a pink drink, and Blaise wasn't drinking anything. There was no cup in front of Blaise.
And did you drink anything while you were there?
I didn't drill.
Was that something you brought with you?
I did not.
What was Mr. Taylor doing, and where was he at in the room?
He was sitting beside Jade at the island, and he was engaging with some of the conversations, and he was just shuffling Uno cards the whole time.
Was anybody playing Uno?
No.
But he was shuffling cards.
Mm-hmm.
And did Mr. Jones, did he interact with Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, like ever so slightly. It was kind of like a conversation just in the kitchen.
And do you know approximately how long y'all stayed?
Probably like a little over 15 minutes, like 15 to 30 minutes.
And during that time, did anything seem amiss to you?
Nothing too alarming except the comment he made about his artwork that he was going to make, because the whole basis of this project was to make something for the baby's room.
Hearsay.
It's a statement by the defendant, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't think she's gotten there yet, but do you want to ask about what?
Yes. He said that he made a comment about the painting he was going to do. What was his comment?
I had asked like what they were going to paint, and Jade was like, I'm going to make something.
Objection, hearsay.
Do you care to be heard on?
I think it's unnecessary, so no.
Okay.
I do think it goes to Jade's state of mind, Your Honor, but
All right, I'll over the objection. It goes into, was that comment from Mr. Taylor right after the discussion with the artwork with Ms. Benning?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
what did Ms. Benning say she was planning on painting?
She said that she was going to paint something for the baby's room. She didn't know what yet, but she knew that's what she was going to paint, something to hang in Ivy's room. And when I asked Blaise what he was going to paint, he told me he was going to paint a black hole. And I was like, a black hole? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to call it midnight. The further you look, the deeper you'll go. And I was like, okay, But I was like, well, why don't we just add like a little bit of white to the, canvas to make it look a little lively. And that was kind of that. But it was a very dark demeanor about this painting after Jade said that she was going to make something for the baby's room.
And were they actually painting while you were there?
No.
So this was discussions about what we're about to do.
Yes.
And was anything else in this other than the comment that he made about the painting?
Not that I can think of or remember.
And did you get food?
I did.
And did y'all leave?
We did.
And after you left, did you communicate with Jade after you left?
Yes.
And you don't have to tell me what you said, but how did you communicate with her?
I texted her.
And did she respond?
Yes.
And did you have a couple of texts back and forth?
Yes.
And can you describe Jade's demeanor when you left?
She seemed really happy, very excited to spend the rest of the night with Blaise, and probably excited that I was leaving now.
When you left, where did you go?
To Keontae's house.
And what did you do when you got there?
I ate my chicken Alfredo.
And were you planning on hanging out with Mr. Jones all night, or what was your kind of plan for that night?
No, I just stopped by. We were just studying, got food. We were just like hanging out, and I was about to go home.
And did you actually leave Mr. Jones's house?
I did.
Did you stop anywhere before you got home?
Yes.
And where did you stop?
A gas station.
And what, if anything, happened while you were there?
I was pumping gas. And as I was walking back to my car, I get a phone call from Jade. And I answered it, and I was like, hello? Just normal. And she immediately starts saying, what did you do? What did you put in my drink? Then I heard her say, Blaise, you're scaring me. And he was like, you're scaring me. And she was like, I know you put something in my drink. She's like, I knew my drink tasted funny. And she was asking him to empty his pockets. And she was like, let me see what's in your pockets. Let me see. And he was like, I don't have anything. So this whole time I'm like, Jade, like trying to get a response from her. So because I didn't get a response from her, I texted her and I was like, are you talking to me? What's going on? And then she was like, I know you put something in my drink because I can't even walk to drink. She was saying that she couldn't feel her legs. And then she said it again. And she was like, you put something in my drink. You did this so something could happen to me.
All right, give her just a moment. You need Kleenex. I want everybody to be able to hear you, number one, but then let you calm down. Okay.
Can you repeat the last thing that you heard Jade say?
She said that you did this so something could happen to the baby.
Did she say anything else?
She was saying I'm about to feel like I'm about to pass out. And then like towards the end of the conversation, she was like, is key. And then nothing else.
Like what?
She was like saying, it was very wavy, and she was like, I heard is, and I heard with, and I heard key. And so I then merged Keontae on the phone because I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with Jade. Like, something sounds wrong. Like, listen to her. And he's like, Jade, like, I'm here. And at that point, you just really couldn't understand what she was saying anymore.
Ms. Jackson, I want to kind of go back at the beginning of the call when you could understand Jade. Can you describe, based off of your experience, how did she sound?
She sounded like very scared. She did not sound like herself. She sounded like she needed help.
Did you say she sounded like she needed help?
Yes.
When she was saying the things that you just testified to, did she say some of those phrases more than once?
Yes.
And you said at the beginning, she said, Blaise, you're scaring me.
Yes.
And you heard him respond. Did he respond to any of the other phrases that she was saying to him?
The only thing he responded to was when she said that he was scaring her. He then said, like, you're scaring me. And then when he was asking her if she had when she was asking if he had anything in his pockets and for him to show her, he was like, I don't have anything. And that was kind of all he said.
So you could hear him on that call.
Yes.
And that's all he said during that whole time that Jade made all of those statements. That she couldn't feel her legs, and she's asking him, what's in your hand? Show me your pockets. What did you put in my drink? I knew my drink tasted funny. He did not provide a response to any of that.
No.
And can you describe that call is a 6-minute and 9-second call? Kind of at what point, is it just at the end, those last few words that you really couldn't understand her?
Yes.
And you said you heard her say kind of 3 words. What were those again?
I heard is, I heard with, and I heard key.
And did you try to connect that to what that could possibly mean?
Yes. I didn't understand what she was saying, but because she sounded so scared and Keontae was just there, we all call him Key. So I was like, okay, like, she's obviously scared, like, she needs him to help her because she's with another man and Keontae is a man. So when I added him on the phone, he's talking to her, and
Is she responding at all?
no,
At any time did you think that Jade Benning was saying those phrases to you?
no,
And you heard Mr. Taylor respond, and you heard her say to Blaise, you're scaring me.
yes,
How did that call end?
the phone hung up,
Did you hang up?
no,
At any point did Mr. Taylor say anything to you?
no.
And what did you do after that line got cut?
I called back,
Did you call back more than once?
yes,
At some point, and you're calling back Ms. Benning's phone, is that correct?
correct,
Did you have Blaise Taylor's phone to call him?
no,
At some point, was her phone answered?
yes,
And who answered it when you called back?
Blaise.
And can you describe what was said in that phone call?
I answered the phone, and he answered the phone, and I was like, Blaise, like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, FaceTime me. Like, let me see her. And he doesn't FaceTime me, but he tells me that he's about to call 911.
Did you ask him several times to FaceTime you?
Yes,
And you said that you asked him what was going on. Did he answer you?
he just kept saying, I don't know, I don't know.
Do you remember him saying anything else on that call?
There was a point where he asked me if she had an EpiPen.
Did that make any sense to you?
Not at all.
Did Jade have any allergies?
Not to my knowledge.
And at that moment, can you describe, do you know what's actually going on with Jade?
No.
So what do you do?
After Blaise tells me that he's calling 911, He's like, I gotta go, like I'm calling 911, the phone disconnects again. That was not on me. And then I called Jade's mother.
And Ms. Jackson, do you remember, was Keontae Jones on that second call? Do you remember that specifically? And when I say second call, the call where you called her and Blaise Taylor answered.
Yes.
And do you remember if Keontae said anything to him or if he said anything back?
He was asking him, what did he do?
And you said that call got disconnected, but not by you.
Yes.
And then you immediately called Jade Benning's mother.
Yes.
And were you still at the gas station, or what were you doing?
I was on the interstate trying to get to Jade's apartment.
And did you make it to Jade's apartment?
Yes.
And can you describe when you got there, what was going on?
When I pulled up, the ambulance was already outside. Jade was already in the truck. Her head was to the side. And they were doing CPR. So I'm still on the phone with Bridget at this point, and I'm trying to give her something, but I can't see her face. She's just really pale. She still has on the pajamas that she was wearing when I left. And Blaise is going back and forth, and I'm just like, what happened? What happened? And then the EMT comes around and tells me that we all need to go to Vanderbilt.
Could you tell if Jade Benning was conscious?
No.
Did she look conscious?
No.
And you said that you saw Mr. Taylor going back and forth. Can you describe what was his demeanor like when you saw him by the ambulance outside?
It was just like very anxious, kind of panicky, but he couldn't answer. He couldn't tell me what was going on, what was said. Like, I had no idea what he even called 911 and said at this point in time. And when they tell us to leave, then we both leave and meet them at the ER.
So he didn't tell you anything that happened
No.
after you left?
No.
And do you drive to the ER?
Yes.
Do you see him again?
Yes.
And can you describe that?
I see him again in the parking lot when we get to the ER, and when we walk into checking in at the hospital. Again, I'm still on the phone with Jade's mom, and we go to the check-in, and they're asking, who are we here to see? I say Jade Benning, and they ask what's her date of birth. But they were asking our relation to the patient, and I said that's my best friend, and he told them that this was his girlfriend, and I had never heard that before. And so at this point, I'm very, very confused. I'm still trying to process and understand what I just heard on the phone. So then they asked for the patient's birthday, and since this is your girlfriend, tell her Jade's birthday. And he couldn't tell them her birthday. So I then provided that information for them.
Did he tell them anything about what happened?
The check-in?
Yes.
No.
But you said he referred to her as his girlfriend.
Yes.
Did you believe them to be in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
No.
And you ever heard anything about that?
No.
What was his kind of demeanor like to you? Was he kind of leaning on you for comfort, asking you things about Jade, or what was going on? What was
Your
he
Honor,
saying?
we'd like to reurge our objection.
Okay, you kind of had a compound question there. You're asking this young lady what was Mr. Taylor's demeanor?
Yes, what was his demeanor and was
She
he saying?
can answer that.
Thank you.
What was his demeanor? It was not looking for comfort. It was almost like he was just trying to figure out what was going on, but not necessarily.
Okay, by demeanor, she's talking about emotions or quiet, not what your interpretation of.
Okay, was not crying. His demeanor was very calm per se, but more in terms of like trying to figure out what was going on, but not about the status of Jade's.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection. What's your next question?
Was he asking questions of the people at the hospital?
I don't know.
You don't remember him asking them
No.
anything?
No.
What were you doing?
Trying to get some answers as to what just happened, what was Jade's state. I had nothing. So I was in the room, we were in a room in the hospital, and I was just trying to figure out what was going on.
Did you provide the hospital staff with identifying information about Jade?
Yes.
Did they ask you questions about her?
Yes.
And did you provide them with information about kind of her pregnancy and things like that?
Yes.
And you said that you were in a room with Mr. Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody else in that room?
Not at that time.
And did you speak to him again?
Yes.
And kind of what were you saying and what was his response?
I was asking him what was going on, like what happened. He kind of wasn't really giving me anything. He kind of explained a little bit like that she just didn't feel good. And at this point, Keontae then calls again, and he's asking what's going on. And I'm obviously very flustered and upset, and Keontae then asks to speak to Blaise.
And did you give the phone to Keontae?
Yes. Well, to Blaise.
Can you describe, you said that Mr. Taylor said that Miss Benning wasn't feeling well.
Mhm.
Do you remember anything specific he said about that?
He said that she felt woozy. He said that she felt woozy and needed to lie down.
And that term woozy, was that something that was familiar to you?
No.
Is that something that Jade had she ever used that word?
No.
Did he say anything else about what happened?
He said that they danced, that they ate, they played games, and then they painted, and then she felt woozy and she needed to lie down, and that she threw up.
At what point, kind of in the progression of events that night, did he say that she threw up?
When other hospital staff came in and they were basically asking both of us kind of what happened from each of our perspectives, and when he's explaining it to someone, he then adds that in there. But I had known that she had thrown up prior to that statement.
Was that the first time you ever heard him say that?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you had asked him a multitude of times what happened?
Yes.
And so you're present when he's telling the hospital staff about what happened.
Yes.
Does he ever tell them what you heard Jade say to him on that phone call?
No.
At some point, did you tell him that?
I did.
And was he there when you told him?
Yes.
What, if anything, did he say when you told them what Jade said to you?
He started talking over me and then says, "You act like you care about her more than I do, and that's the mother of my child."
Can you explain what did that statement mean to you based off of what you knew?
Can you ask that one more time?
That statement, was that a normal statement or an unusual statement?
Your
Unusual.
Honor, I'm gonna object. She's already stated she doesn't know Mr. Taylor. This was the first time she met him.
Okay. Do you want to rephrase your question? Because I don't know that I understood that.